Hey, Chanel here with another SewBit. Today we're continuing our zipper lessons. Today we're going to talk about the invisible zipper. Why is it invisible? Because you can't see it. That's the goal anyway. Sometimes you can see it. The goal is you don't want to see it. So actually this was a zipper I did with one of my students yesterday. Deborah, if you're out there. Put a turquoise zipper in some white fabric. I was teaching her how to do it. And really, you kind of can't see it. You don't see the turquoise, but if you kind of pull it there, you can see it. You can see the tab. If you're using white, you probably want to do a white zipper, but you know, I was doing it to teach. So here is, actually I was looking in my upcycle stash. These are some things I'm going to upcycle soon. Here is this cute little white skirt, visible zipper inside there. Really nice job. And it's all lined and it's all hidden in there like that. Got this at Goodwill. I'm gonna cut it up one day, make something else out of it. If you have any ideas, let me know. Kind of hate to cut it up. I found this company, it's called Severe Skirts. She actually started doing something different, but I was so excited when I saw her business because so cool. They were in Nashville. But anyway, look her up. She's doing some other creative stuff. This was a upcycle I did a few years ago. There's the invisible zipper. It's hiding in the denim and the other part. I think I was about 1 millimeter off there. Actually did a really good job. I haven't finished this. So means nobody's worn it. It was just one of those, this was an old vintage dress. I turned it into a little skirt and a top. You can find it on my YouTube channel here. It's in there somewhere in that playlist. So anyway, where were we? Invisible zipper. So how do you put one in? Let's see. For many tips to show you, if you could use any length zipper. Sometimes I actually like to use the longer zippers and cut them off. They're a little easier to set in. If you're doing a 7-inch like skirt kind of thing and it stops at the 7, you kind of get stuck a little bit there because there's this little glue tab there and you can't move around it. But if you can actually move the zipper all the way down, it's easier to use. So if you're doing a 7-inch zipper, maybe get a 9-inch zipper to put in the 7-inch area. It sounds a little confusing. Another tip is if you're using a fabric that's a little off grain, like maybe it's on the bias especially, sometimes on the side seams you'll have the fabric and shape is shaped in, or if it's just not completely on the straight grain, put a little bit of interfacing in it, some sheer interfacing to and cut it as well on the grain there, so keep it stable. It's much easier to put the zipper in. Now I know when I was learning how, I remember it was probably back in the early 90s, I was at the Left Bank Fabric Company in LA, and I was like, I gotta put an invisible zipper in, you have any tips? And I remember this one girl goes, don't press it. It's like, don't press it. But what she was doing was, these invisibles they're plastic coil on it. So I think what she did was you try to open it up because you're actually trying to sew right in that groove. So I think she like pressed it open like this to get into the groove a little easier, which actually kind of works, but the pressing melts the coils. So I think that's what she was trying to tell me, because I remember going, how am I gonna press this? Anyway, so always think your iron could definitely melt something. So how we're gonna start first. Oh, by the way, this is an invisible zipper foot. This is one version of them. They have different ones. You'll see that it has a groove in here. So it actually goes into that area I showed you with the coils and gets right in the groove. So makes putting these in a lot easier. I have put them in with regular feet, but actually I use this like invisible, or not invisible, but a clear zipper or clear foot to put them in, and I just opened up that coil and stitched it. And that's after I've done a lot of zippers, so I know kind of the process of it, but definitely get invisible zipper foot. So what you're going to need is also a quilter's ruler is good, the clear rulers, just to give yourself a 1-inch mark. If not, just find, a 1-inch. I'll show you. I use the friction pens because they'll iron off. Also, do you know these sometimes test your fabric? They kind of can leave a little bit of a bleach mark on your fabric, so be careful. And then I also have to get a chalk because you'll be doing a little bit of marking at the sewing table when you're putting the zipper in. There's one little mark I'll show you. So you're going to start with, let's say this is your top part. I like 1-inch seam allowances when I do a zipper. Invisible zippers work really well with 5/8-inch seam allowances, but 1 inch just, to me, always has that little extra fabric to work with, so it works a little easier. You're going to mark both sides where the zipper is going to go in 1 inch in. It looks like these two pieces, I don't know, 1 inch. So like if it's right sides together, get this all mixed up, right sides together. And if your zipper, like say your zipper is going to go here, and then right here is where the fabric joins together, just make a little mark. But when you put the zipper in, you're actually going to leave the pieces open. It's much easier to work with before you go joining the two pieces together. And then I also always, where the fabric's going to get joined together, I put it on the wrong side, a mark on the wrong side. Also, by the way, this 1-inch mark is on the right side. Both of these are on the right side of the fabric because the zipper is going to get put like cubby hold in here with this flapping over. When I get to the sewing machine, I'll make it look like it makes more sense. But so right sides, and then just do the 1-inch line, and then on the wrong side, right where the joint is, put a mark there, and then also put your seam where the seam's going to go to meet it, because you'll use that after the zipper's in, and you have to join the two together. All right, so I'm going to take this to the sewing machine. I'm going to put this puppy in. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is just work on one side. You're going to be putting the zipper. The fabric is right side up. My zipper here is right side up, but I'm going to turn it this way to kind of get a visual on how it's going to go. I'm going to take the zipper teeth down, and I'm going to be sewing this first tab right here. So I put a pin right here, that's where that goes. Then I've got my zipper, or my invisible zipper foot on. I'm going to get it started right there. Put the needle down right in there. And I got to make sure I have that first mark. That's where I'm going to stop. That's a real important part right there. I'm just going to carefully sew it. This also right here, there's a little gluey part where the zipper, it's kind of how they stop the coils there. I'm going to make sure I don't hit that. I'm just going to fold this coil over and try to get right in the grooves there. This really pays to do is just get an old zipper and just practice it a few times. Take that pin out. I'm just going to, sometimes you can just just go very slowly and walk the zipper foot onto those coils to get it into the groove. And just take it real slow. I'm going to try not to hit those coils. If you can, it should go right into the groove. So I'm lining it up on my red mark here, and then I'm going slow, trying to hit it right in the groove. It feels really close. And if you're doing these zippers too, try not to get so close. Just get close enough until you get really good at it. And coming up to that mark right there, I'm going to go right to the mark, right there. I'm going to hit the reverse, just 2 stitches back, and again, and then be done with that. Take it off. Okay, got the first side of my zipper in. You can see that stitch is right close to the coil, right there. And I'm actually not right on that red line, so I did go over a little bit. That. So now I'm going to pull the zipper up. See how close it fabric gets caught in there and everything. All right. There we go. Okay, got my first side of my zipper in. And I'm actually a little off right there. Wow. Okay, we'll continue on. It's hard to get those in there right away. So I got the first side. Okay, now we need to do the other side. So we have our other side here, and we need to sew this side to this side right here, like that. So first off, what I need to do is actually mark right where I stopped here on the other side of the zipper. So I'm actually gonna get that thread out of the way, put a pin right where I stopped there and put a mark on the zipper where I need to stop when I get that in there. So I'm actually going to put this zipper right sides together here, and I'll put a pin right on the top there, and put another pin. And I'm putting the pins in this direction because I'm going to be turning it this way here. There's threads all over the place here. And I'm going to put the zipper, this is where a longer zipper works, all the way down. Just get it out of my way. If this were a short zipper, it would only go right here, and it's hard to get all of this zipper foot and all stuff when there's a block there. So you can actually move that whole zipper. Now I'm going to start where my mark is here. Right there, that chalk mark, get that zipper foot in there, and fold the coil over a little bit. This zipper foot so close to the teeth. This is a new zipper foot for me. I'm going to put my needle down, take my pin out, and then get ready to sew. I'll try and put those coils down a little bit. Do a quick reverse stitch right here, and sew along. Slow. Get the coils into the groove of the foot. It's very hard for me to go slow, but it pays off. It really feels like it's going in there well. It's not grabbing any of the teeth. I got it into the groove right. Okay, I'm going to go all the way up to the top. Reverse stitch on the top there, take it out. There we go, we got our second side in there. Hopefully I got it in there right. It's so easy to get these turned around. Okay, so we got right sides. Sometimes you get these zippers twisted. I totally got this twisted. Oh my gosh, okay. I think I did it again. We'll see. Zip this up. There we go. There is the zipper in here. Now this, see, I got this off a little bit here. That means that's about almost 1/4 of an inch, it feels like. So it's not exactly on there, but this one went in there really well. So I could actually take this out and reset it, but for demonstration, it looks pretty good. So I got this up straight here. Now, real important that these stop exactly at the same intersection right there. Because now I'm going to take these and put these right sides together here, this fabric. And then I got to go in here, and this is why you marked the other side of the fabric. I'm going to put pins in here and match up my seam allowances right there. 1 inch seam allowance right there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and close this up. And it's best to use another zipper foot, the regular zipper foot. So I'm going to pop that one off. I'm going to put it so that it runs along this side. Put that one on there. And you can just do this for the first couple inches of your garment, even if it's, you know, a long skirt or something. Just go in and finish that other part up later. And I'm going to sew right on that 1 inch mark. And then fold all of this out here. Take my pin out and get right up close to where I started there. You just get up to about 1/4 of an inch of that, you're fine. You don't have to go right on top of it because it's so easy to get it caught. So sew a little bit there, a little bit reverse. Take it out. Get all these threads out of here. So I got that seam sewn here. zippers here. And this is how it looks. Right there, so you can see this is all nice and straight. There we go. There is your invisible zipper. Well, that was not easy. Zipper feeder, those invisible zippers are a little tricky. But there you have it. Came out pretty good. You can see the zipper a lot on here. If I had the exact blue, this would look great because I think I got this closer. I just did this one yesterday, and you can barely see that turquoise. So if you didn't see that tooth right there when it got in there, this one kind of went in easier today, I guess because I had the camera all around me, but there it is. It went in pretty well, actually. Now I have the long zipper tape. All you got to do is, you know, chop it off right here, and then you can put like a little edge, you know, a little piece of fabric to cover the edge of that, and that zipper is not going anywhere, so it stops actually right there, so you don't even have to bar tack it anywhere, unless this seam tore out one day, then yeah, you'd have a problem. So but that's your invisible zipper. Go practice about 200 of them. Just kidding. Go practice a few of them and you'll get better at it every time, because I remember when I learned how to do this, I had to do a lot to really get it good. And I've put them in really delicate wedding gowns before too, and I actually just did them by hand. If they were on the side seams or something, the fabric was real delicate. You could put anything in by hand. That's what they used to do, and before the sewing machine was invented in 1835, they were putting everything in by hand. So well, the zipper wasn't invented until 1850s or something, right? I have that one YouTube channel, or YouTube, you know, video that explains all of it. The zipper, did you see it? It's a good little story. Anyway, I'll see you in the next SewBit. Go practice your zippers.